You know, my bow hunt for that South Dakota whitetail took place during a very tough time period, something I've come to call the transition. A time when whitetails are finicky, sensitive, and just plain hard to arrow. And let's take a closer look at that topic on this week's From the Pages Up.
From the Pages Up is brought to you by Muzzy Broadheads, bad to the bone, and by Thompson Center Arms, America's master gunmaker.
In my book, Aggressive Whitetail Hunting, I wrote that the early fall transition phase is the toughest part of the season in which to try and harvest a whitetail buck. At this time of year, both the deer and the environments where they live are undergoing major changes. These changes see the deer transitioning from their summer patterns into their fall patterns, and the whitetail's environment is in transition as well, as the woods change rapidly from a state of lush, full foliage to a more thinned-out state. And one of the most significant side effects of the transition is that mature bucks so severely restrict their travels during this time. Making matters worse is the fact that the majority of this restricted travel takes place under the cover of darkness. Another major disruption occurring this time of year concerns a whitetail's diet. Foods that deer may have been using as a primary source of nutrition throughout the late summer will suddenly be ignored. In some instances, these foods simply go out of season, but in far more cases, it's a matter of a new, more preferred food suddenly becoming available. Whatever the case, the first step toward realizing success during the transition is to figure out exactly what the big bucks in your hunting areas are utilizing as a primary food source. The second step concerns stand site location. Put simply, your stands need to be placed virtually within rock throwing distance of where big bucks are bedding. But keep one thing uppermost in your mind when scouting, preparing stand sites, and hunting during the transition period. Mature bucks are never more in tune with their surroundings than they are at this time of year. That being said, it's absolutely imperative you do everything within your power to keep your routine invasions onto their turf a secret from all the deer that reside in the area. Hey, remember, hunt hard, but always hunt safe.
From the Pages Of has been brought to you by Muzzy Broadheads and by Thompson Center Arms.